I'm Don Mecoy. I'm the business editor for the Oklahoman and News OK, and I'm joined today in the studio by our energy editor, Adam Wilmoth. We're here to talk about energy company earnings, which are coming out for the second quarter today and yesterday. And Adam, I guess there weren't any big surprises because we knew things were going to be a little bleak because of prices, oil prices, natural gas prices.
That's right. Earnings are led very much by commodity prices, and when prices are selling for half of what they were a year ago, it's going to be tough for all these energy companies.
Well, the first one we got yesterday, we heard from Devon, and Devon, talk a little bit about Devon's earnings.
They had like a lot of these companies, they had a big write-down because the value of the oil and natural gas they have in the ground is worth about half of what it was a year ago. So they had a big accounting charge, non-cash charge. After that, their earnings, they still lost a little bit. But the big thing is the revenues all these companies have seen revenues drop pretty substantially. They've increased production. Devon and most of the others increased production over the last year, but the price they've gotten for that production is much less.
And this morning we got Chesapeake's earnings. It's a similar story for Chesapeake, was it not?
It is. It is that they had another. The bottom line number is a huge loss. A lot of that was because of an accounting charge. If you take that away, still not a great quarter, but not nearly as bleak as it looks like if you include that accounting charge.
So it was a little bit surprising, at least to me maybe, that their stock got hammered pretty good today. They opened up at around $8 a share, which is about as low as it's been in the last decade, and it closed close to $7 a share.
Yeah, the stock price had a little bit of a rally this morning. Was up a little bit, but I don't know if it's just one more set of bad news for these companies. And Chesapeake has a lot of operations there. They talked quite a bit about how they have the ability to sell off assets, and they're looking for some joint ventures, and they're looking for ways to get some cash flow going. But they do have a lot of debt, and right now investors are a little bit scared of energy companies with a lot of debt, and I think that's hurt them.
And then this afternoon we just got earnings for Sandridge Energy and for Continental Resources. Tell us what that said.
Sandridge looks very similar. They're a big accounting charge, big write down on that. They mentioned that they have pretty good hedges for the rest of this year, so they're getting a pretty decent price for their oil. But they said earlier in the year they've cut their drilling budget very substantially, so they're not doing a whole lot of drilling right now. What they are producing, they're getting a decent price for, but they're again having their prices being hurt by lower commodity prices. They've got a lot of debt, and investors are a little worried about that.
Yeah. So for Sandridge, Chesapeake, and Devon, we all had losses in the quarter
right.
of over $1 billion.
That's right.
And then finally you have Continental that actually eked out a little bit of a profit.
They did. They made a profit of $400,000, which is quite a bit down from a year ago. But still, you're right. It is positive. Their situation is a little bit different, just with the way oil is priced and valuated up in the Bakken. Their production costs are a little different there, but similar story. Their revenues were down. The price that they've gotten for their production is down. But I think one difference with Continental and Devon is they tend to have quite a bit less debt, and that's helped them with investors.
As everyone waits for the price to hopefully recover to something where they can generate more profits.
That's right, and everybody's hopeful that price will rise soon. I think a month ago, people were pretty encouraged that the price would be stronger by the end of the year. And now things are looking much more bleak. You've got the European economy slow down. You've got concerns about the economy in China. You've got concerns about Iranian oil coming online. And here domestically, even as the rig count has dropped pretty substantially, production continues to grow. And so there's a little concern about what the price of oil is going to be 6 months from now, because you're still, at this point, you're still filling up storage levels in Cushing and in other places throughout the country and throughout the world for that matter.
Well, obviously there's a lot on the energy beat to cover these days, and we'll continue to do that. Adam and our other energy reporters and staff for the Oklahoman, and also you'll see reports on News OK.